then we're also going to have to be great runners with the ball after the catch and make people miss. So you got a Joe, you got Will Brown, you got Will Sweeney. Those I think that's what we're rolling with.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom?
Hey Tony, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7.
Yes, ma'am.
It seems like Jake Stoll has really made the most of his opportunities when he's been in there. What's the next step for him, I guess, to become even more involved in the passing game?
So you've seen, he's moved up the depth chart, and now he's right behind Sage, Davis, Sage, and him, pushing for quality snaps. We all know what he can do in the passing game. Just the biggest thing is you can't just sub, when it's a passing situation. He's got to be able to go in there and function in all of the run game. He's improving. He's improving a lot. There's still some things. I think about the speed sweep that we tossed. He bypasses the guy when he should have grabbed the stand-up defensive end to get the party started so that we wouldn't have a TFL. So those are the things, just the kind of the big picture and nuances of the position will allow him to be on the field so that he can be a part of those passing situations. And then, going forward too, he's a guy that has shown that he's got that ice water in his veins. He'll go up there and they'll make a play. Davis is leading the way. It seems like when you throw the ball to Davis, he's coming down with it. So biggest thing for Jake is just continue to progress, physically when he gets in there. Very pleased with how he plays physically. He's a guy that likes contact. It's just now being able to function in all the situations so that he can be in the game when the passing game to the tight end is called.
Could we see more Davis out wider in the slot?
He's getting a little better at that, isn't he? But that's a different world, and we're working on making sure that he has, the right fundamentals and techniques and understanding of playing out there, because it's tough to just throw a guy out there and say, hey, go play into the boundary. But yeah, man, Davis will do whatever we need him to do, and obviously, kind of get a better sense of where Ross is going to be, as we go through the week. But it's going to be all hands on deck, doing whatever we need to do to try and score some points. He's still pretty green. Got a catch, got him in there, but he's still learning. And again, he didn't come in the summer like Dakari and Bo, so those guys are ahead from that standpoint. And then in fall camp, you get reps, but we had all the top guys during fall camp, so your reps are limited when you're not in the three deep at that point in time. So we're trying to get him up to speed, get him ready to go. He'll be another one. I should have mentioned him, Stellato, when you asked about the wideouts. But he's a guy right now that we got to pick our spots until we can get him up to speed to be able to function.
You anticipate Tyson will be available today to run the twos?
I'm anxious to see. He's got his shoulder. They didn't say it was overly severe, but again, it is his throwing shoulder. So we got to see where he's at from a comfort standpoint. Hopefully 2 days. One thing I know, I'm gonna knock on wood. I know he heals fast. He came back from that Achilles pretty quick. But at the same time, too, you want to do what's best for the young man as well.
Tony, you've been quarterback from the state. A little bit off topic, but obviously you worked with Bobby Lamb early in your career at Furman. I'm just curious, what you remember about working for Bobby and kind of what he means to football in the state of South Carolina as well.
Working for Bobby was probably where I'd say majority of my growth as a young coach took place because of the environment that he created. In challenging, in working with him and Tim Sorrells, I came from a passing background, and whenever I wanted to recommend a pass concept, I had to know how to protect it. So I had to learn protections really quick, and then I also had to learn some different concepts from perimeter blocking because of all the option principles that they had in the offense. But first and foremost, Bobby's an awesome human being, very level-headed, very down to earth, treats people with respect. Man, I don't recall many times where, I had to hear him, raise his voice. He knows how to communicate and get his point across. So it was he understands how to manage his coaches, to how to balance, football and family. Created a family atmosphere where I didn't have kids at the time, but family was welcome in the facility. And then what he did as a player at Furman too, and how long he coached at Furman. obviously is going to be, one of the best coaches that come out of the state from a college perspective once it's all said and done. So really, really excited for him and his new opportunity. He knows how to build a program. He did it down at Mercer, and so I'm excited for him and his opportunity.
Anything else for Coach?
All righty.
Coach.
All right.